Stop the cap.
This is going to sound crazy, but this is just my theory. This is how I look at it. I look at it almost the same way as what happened with the Asians with Harvard, right? And the only other person that I heard who vocalized very much a shared opinion of mine was Tariq Nasheed, which is like, nah, let the Asians get, let them get this whole affirmative action and everything. Now we're not a part of it. And now when they don't get in, we're not in the room when it comes to them blaming us. Because the thing is with this whole election, right? Again, Democrats have been operating with benign neglect to the African American community, despite African Americans voting for them in every election at like over 90% since, LBJ. And I'm saying we're sick and tired of them. Let them crash out. It's not about oh, well, what are the consequences of, if Donald Trump wins? It's not about the consequences of what if Donald Trump wins. I don't think we're in any better or worse of a situation, but you got to go through a time when you're willing to uh, suffer. Or in a lot of the suffering that people are talking about, it's like symbolic suffering. It's like everybody ignores the fact that we already had Donald Trump as president. And what happened? Yeah, he went up there with his rhetoric, and you had what was it? Charlottesville, and then all the white nationalists coming out the woodwork because they think white supremacy is taking over. My attitude is this, because it's like I said when it comes to the Second Amendment and gun rights. Okay, right now, I believe they got, Republicans got the Senate, they got the House, and they got the presidency. So when it comes to all these pro 2A bills, let's see them if they pass them. Since they're the party of the Second Amendment, let's see if they push all this stuff, national reciprocity, the Hearing Protection Act, getting SBRs off the NFA list, getting silencers off the NFA list. Let's see if they actually do all the shit, right? I doubt it. See, again, when Democrats are in, they get to go, oh, well, the Democrats, they were obstructionist, and, that's why we couldn't pass anything because, the other guy, and then they play all that good cop, bad cop, like I said in my previous video. And my thing is, let the Republicans get everything that they want. Because see, the thing is I already know, like, when you give people absolute power, they fuck it up. They fuck it up every time. Right? So you got your white elites that they, want to put in all the shit that they think is going to keep them in power forever. But then you got a lot of working class white Americans that, they drank the Kool-Aid. They really believe that it's not classism first and that it's white supremacy first. And that it's going to be, all the collective of white people over all of the minorities. Like, that's how they think the shit's going to play out. And I already know it's not going to play out that way because the white elites are just too greedy. The white oligarchy is too greedy. They're going to fuck it up, guaranteed. And see, sometimes you just got to leave the room. It's like, you ever had like a friend or somebody that, I mean, not even a friend. It's like in a work environment. Work environment's the best example, where you get the one worker that's doing pretty much all the work. Everybody knows they're doing all the work, but they don't get any acknowledgement for it. And it's not until they leave that, all of a sudden people start freaking out left and right. All of a sudden, the person that was taking all the glory and all the credit, they start freaking out because the other person, the person that was not, they weren't in the, the inner circles, they weren't networking, they were just, doing their work and go home, but they were the ones that were getting everything done. So now the person that was getting all the glory, undeserved glory, now they're over there in the office just freaking out. And so a lot of times people don't recognize who was really doing all the work until after they leave. And so I look at politics the same way, because what the politicians do is all they do is blame the other side. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Get out of the room. Get out of the room, give them the floor, guaranteed they're going to fuck it up. It's just like with like little kids and shit. Like when the little kids, like you can't run away with black parents. Black parents don't play that shit. Black parents like, oh, you gonna run away? Oh, let me help you pack your bags. You know what I mean? You're gonna go walk to grandma's house. Oh, let me help you. You know what I mean? White people be like, no, little Johnny, no. They be coddling the fuck out of their kids. Black people don't play that shit. Did y'all see the black girl and the little black boy, and they tried to run away and they came back to the house, and the boy, I mean, he looked like a grown ass man. He was, he had to be maybe 6 or 7 years old, and the way he started crying when they wouldn't open, the parents wouldn't open the door immediately. I'm like, yeah, black people don't play that shit, and I don't know why black people don't play that with politics and just be unbothered. I look at our women. Our women got some goofy stuff going on, but I'm just like, no, 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 no. Let them get in there and let them show their ass. And when white people up there and they get the bitch and they're, oh, wait. I know you ain't blaming black people. We ain't got nothing to do with that. We're not the ones up there. Y'all the ones in positions of power. Again, like I pointed out with the housing prices. I know you're not talking about black people or somehow the problem in the neighborhoods that we can't afford to freaking live in and black people don't live in because of, a history of redlining. Right? We don't have anything to do with why a millennial or a Gen Zer can't afford to purchase a house. We don't have nothing to do with that. What do we have to do with that? We don't even have anything to do with the narcotics that are in this country. Well, no black chemist running around trying to, isolate the active ingredient of cocaine. That's white people. White people did that shit. So I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that when it comes to us, I love when we're not in the room. I love when white folks crash and burn and there's nobody to point to and nobody to look at but themselves. Because my whole thing, and maybe it's just a pipe dream, but my whole thing is to get white people to be self-reflective of how their system actually works and the greed and the house cleaning that needs to take place within the white community. Because whenever we're in the room, all white people do is sit there and find some way to blame everybody else that's not white. Right? So I'm like, no. Give them everything. I mean, seriously speaking, what Democrats are they going to blame, now? Not that I'm caping for Democrats, but I'm like, who are you going to blame now? You got everything. Okay, now what are you going to do with all that absolute power? What are you going to do with all that absolute power? I already see Democrats and Gavin Newsom and all these other black, where we're going to fight and we're going to. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers already lost. Shut up, sit down, and let them cook. It's their time to cook now. Let them cook. You see? Because the Democrats been cooking for a long time and y'all failed. That's all there is to it. You failed. You weren't listening to the American people. You listening to all the consultants. You don't even know what the temperature of the room is. You can't read the room. We've been saying this for years. Democrats can't read the room. Right? All this, the American people, they want gun control. No, the fuck they don't. They don't want gun control. First off, why would the American people want gun control at a time where, American people aren't doing so well? There's a greater amount of wealth inequality. Younger people are doing worse, than ever. First generation where 30-year-olds are doing worse off than their parents, right? Which is going to lead to what? More crime, more home invasions, more carjackings, more strong armor robberies, right? And so why would the American people want to be out there lacking? Why would they want to be out there with nothing but their ass? Right? So that sort of contradiction, it tells me it's like, no, you can't read the room. I'm like, people actually want to be able to protect themselves. Same thing when it came to black people, the largest or the fastest growing number of gun owners in America in what was it? 2016 to 2020 was black women. It was black women. Black women were buying up all the blickies. But yet you turn on MSNBC and CNN, all they want to do, they got some black woman up there talking about gun control and getting these dangerous assault weapons off the street and all this other shit. Now, I know some women feel differently about assault weapons than they do about handguns. Ebony K. Williams is one of them. She's for handguns, but she's not for assault weapons. Again, as a man, I don't want a fair fight. Okay, I want the utmost advantage possible. If they got pistols, I want an assault weapon or what I like to call freedom rifles. Okay, that's what I want. But I'm just saying, you can't read the room. You can't have more poverty. You can't have more unemployment or underemployment and then talk about how you're going to disarm everybody. That doesn't work. Right. Or you're going to disarm everybody and you're going to, quote unquote, defund the police at the same time. Right. When defund the police was really about being a police reform. Right. And reallocation of resources. Because I don't think that you should be sending, a freaking a squad of police officers to go deal with somebody who's having a manic episode or is having schizophrenia because he missed his meds or something like that, and the cop ends up shooting him 50 times. I don't think that's appropriate. I think there's better ways to handle situations like that. Kids with severe autism and whatnot, and the boy lives with his mother. I think there's better ways to deal with that. Okay. But no, this is just my attitude on the whole thing. I want to see what the Republicans are made of. I want to see, what they're doing. They're already kind of fucking up with the, the appointment of what is his name, the Kennedy guy, up there. I'm like, how you gonna be the Secretary of Health, and you're gonna be replaced, or excuse me, you're replacing the transgender bender Secretary of Health, right? People can say what they want. I'm like, that motherfucker has, he went to Harvard, he went to Mount Sinai. Got a whole bunch of credentials, right? And the Kennedy doesn't have shit. He's just up there with I saw some image where he had his shirt off. I'm like, okay, so this person has an MD and they're transgender, and this person has muscles. I'm like, so muscles trump an MD from Harvard. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, again, that's Republicans fucking up. That's them coming through with just conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? Like, see, the thing is like everybody kind of knows where the edge is with the Democrats. Like, they know where like the retarded zone is with the Democrats, right? All the gender bender stuff, all the, grown ass men can play, female sports, right? And you have these like, macho man Randy Savages saying that they're transgender, just beating up on women, right? You got that. You got the, all this dismantle the family, extreme, version of feminism, right? We must get rid of all guns and disarm everybody, right? We've seen, refugees, come one, come all, right? We've seen the edges of the far left, right? But we haven't seen the edges of the far right, right? And it's like, if you want to expose that, then you got to let them be on the stage. You got to let them do the dance. I see a lot of black people that get into all this, no, we must prevent them from doing, we're trying to implement everything. We must stop them. And I'm like, first off, again, black people, 14% of the population, you ain't stopping nothing. Okay. We are, an extreme minority, in this nation. If white people going to do what white people going to do, they going to do it. All you can basically do is be in the background and putting bugs in people's ear talking about, nigga, I told you so. Like you, like literally, you need to be acting like Big Mama. Instead of mommying, you just need to be like Big Mama in the background going, serves you right. A hard head makes a soft behind. That's all black people need to be doing in the background. All that trying to be in the forefront and everything else. No, 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 no. We just need to be like the little genie or the little ghost or something that sits on the shoulder, the little consciousness that sits on the shoulder of white people and just goes, mm-hmm. You got fucked up, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Serves you right. Mm-hmm. We tried to tell you, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Because that's what we're doing to the Asians. That's what we're literally doing to the Asians. Asians up there, oh, I didn't get into Harvard. And what are black people doing? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Try to tell you, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Look at your ass. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Snot running all down your face. Mm-hmm. Told you, didn't we? Mm-hmm. That's what we do. Right? So I'm saying when it comes to white folks, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to, in particularly black women, like y'all haven't accepted who the fuck white people are. Y'all really haven't accepted that. When I said they're pathological, I meant that. They're pathological. But y'all out here with the hopey, wishy, thinking that shit's gonna play out differently. I'm like, y'all wasting your time. Y'all wasting your time. Again, and I'm saying, I don't think all white people are dumb. I don't think they're all that stupid. I think some of, they're obviously a lot of them, they'll harbor, racist ideas and concepts and whatnot. And even if you prove them wrong, they'll still harbor those sentiments and feelings. You know what I mean? But, right now, like they're drunk off of, the Democrats, they're anti-white, they're doing too much, and they're dismantling families, and the economy's all fucked up, and we gotta get them out of here. Okay. But does that mean that the right is going to come through and fix everything? Who knows? It's still up in the air. We haven't seen, what the Republicans are actually trying to do. Okay, you got your Tea Party people, you got your far right people, and then you got your more moderate people. You know what I mean? And they got to sort their shit out. It goes back to like when Dave Chappelle made the joke about, the LGBTQ community and how you got gay white males in the front of the car and then you got, everything else sitting behind them. Right. And they're all fighting over, who gets to dominate the car. And I'm saying when it comes to Republicans, same type of deal. Same type of deal. See, I'm all for giving people the steering wheel, because I'm like, it's like when Ice Cube went up there and he was talking to Bill Maher. Y'all remember the clip? And he was up there and he was like, because Bill Maher got in trouble because he said the N-word is on something, and Ice Cube was up there. Ice Cube was like, I knew you was gonna fuck up. I knew you was gonna fuck up. I knew eventually you was gonna fuck up. And it's like a wake up call. Now, for some people, it may not be a wake up call. All this, we're going to put, like, I don't know. I hate the fear mongering that black people try. They're going to put black people back in chains and all this other bullshit. I'm like, yeah, okay. Again, if they wanted to do that, they could do that. They could do that right now. If they jumped up and said, all black people back to, we're putting you back in chains. What are y'all going to do? What are y'all going to do? Y'all ain't got your shit together. You ain't got no firepower. You're not organized. You're not out here growing your own crops and shit like that. What are you going to do? Seriously speaking, whether they put it on the books or not, what are you going to do? Mr. and Mrs., we don't need them guns in our community. What are you going to do? Mr. and Mrs., we don't believe in the Second Amendment. What are you going to do if they so decide that they're going to reinstitute slavery? What the fuck are you going to do? Y'all motherfuckers ain't prepared for not a goddamn thing. So we gotta make sure that the Democrats is in so that they can't do any of this radical stuff. That doesn't matter. Because if they wanted to do it, they could do it. Many of the people that you think are your Democratic friends and shit, they view you the same way. Which is why they don't want to, they don't want to be around you. They don't want to live around you again. Go watch that clip that Coleon Noir has on his channel of Congressmen. This is Congressman of New Jersey, John McKean. And him talking about, we don't want those people this is Democrat. We don't want those people having guns. And he was talking about, he started rattling off the cities. He lived in Montclair, and he was talking about Patterson and Camden and Newark, you know what I mean? And Atlantic City. I don't know if he said Atlantic City, but that's another black area, right? Especially like Pleasantville and shit like that, black area, right? And so, again, that's a Democrat. I don't know where y'all think that the Democrats particularly care for you. No, they care about giving you just enough symbolism to get you to come out and vote every fucking election because, it's a threat to democracy. Black people save us. Like, y'all some fools. Y'all some fools. I don't know why y'all don't prepare for the bumpy ride. I don't know why y'all don't prepare for shit to be, uncomfortable for a while. I don't know why you don't prepare for that mentally or even physically. If white people going to be racist, they're going to be racist. If they're going to look out for themselves first, they're going to look out for themselves first. We have no economic foundation. We have no infrastructure, no land or gold mines or natural resources that we control here in America. We do not. And a lot of you all seem to be more focused on like this is one thing I like about the South. In the South, the white people that are racist and they don't like black people, they let you know. You're going to find out within a couple minutes of interacting with them. But some of y'all like the sort of liberal racism, the fake smile in your face racism. As long as they don't call you a nigga, even though they treat you like a nigga, somehow you all are content. Somehow you all are satisfied, with that type of racism. I don't understand it. I like my racism out in the open. You see, I like to know, who and what I'm dealing with. I like to know who not to turn my back on. You see, but y'all are out here. Y'all be drinking this symbolism Kool-Aid. My own parents, they're on that shit. They're both on, the symbolism type of stuff, even though like the actual dynamics don't change. They love the symbolism. And as a man, I'm like, nah, that shit don't move me. That shit does not move me. I do not care about you saying that you're my friend and you got my back and we ain't broke not one piece of bread together. We ain't made no money together, but yet you want to talk about how you got my best interest. Man, fuck out my face, man. You know what I mean? I don't know where black people run around. All black people are so street. They so hood. This is what real niggas do. But for some reason, y'all don't get on no real nigga shit when it comes to the Democrat Party. Y'all ain't on no real nigga shit. The shit that the Democrats do motherfuckers would get their ass beat in the streets for the fake phony ass, shit that the Democrats do. Y'all be running around. I only fuck with real niggas. I only fuck with real niggas in the street. That's what y'all say. Women, black women included. Y'all only fuck with real nigga shit. But then somehow when you get around the Democrats are able to skin and grin and hit you with the okey doke, and y'all just eating it up. I don't get it. But you in the streets, you able to real recognize as real. You hear all this shit. And here I am, a nigga from the burbs saying this shit. That you all a bunch of suckers. And you can't see that you want some sucker shit, but yet you want to come around my suburban ass and tell me about real nigga shit. And you can't even see how power even fucking moves. Y'all niggas don't make no sense. Shame on you. Shame on y'all. Y'all don't make no sense. I'm able to recognize the shit and I'm not from the streets and you can't recognize the okey doke. Y'all out here crying, tears running down your face, having asthma attacks because Kamala Harris didn't win, and you have no goddamn plan of action. You just going to let them just promise you, indefinitely. You just going to let them just tell you how we going to do for you eventually. We going to do this. Black people have the lowest threshold for each other. When it comes to like, especially the gender war, black men don't trust black women don't trust black men. You know what I mean? Low ass threshold. But yet the Democrat Party can make promises indefinitely for like 60 years, and black people, make no demands. Black people are not ready to walk out the door. Black people are in an abusive relationship that you wouldn't tolerate for 5 minutes with each other. Oh man, that black woman got too much attitude. I'm the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Oh, that nigga, I saw him look at another bitch. I'm the fuck out of here. But when it comes to the DNC, y'all like, well, I mean, we gotta save democracy. Better luck next time. Huh? For 60 and 70 years, that's what y'all been on. Help me to understand this shit. You know what I mean? Let them crash and burn. Let the Democrats crash and burn. Let the Republicans show their natural white ass. Okay? Let the white proletariat, the working class white people, right? The white middle class, let them, get their nigga wake up call. And let them recognize, man, neither one of these parties are doing shit for us. And then let there be a revolution. That's how you let the shit work. But a lot of y'all are politically unsophisticated. Y'all want to let them be able to indefinitely play. No, we got to keep it close. We got to keep the parties close. We got to make sure that it's 50-50 when it comes to Republicans and Democrats. We got to keep it like that so that they can play, what, bad cop, good cop forever? Republican, why didn't you pass that bill? Well, I couldn't pass it because of those obstructions and there's Democrats. Okay. Democrats, why couldn't you pass that bill? I couldn't pass the bill because of those neo-Nazi, white nationalist racists on the Republican side. I'm like, oh my God. So both of y'all just gonna keep blaming each other. That's the goal. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. 4 years, we're going to give you all the power. For another 4 years, we're going to give you all the power and then see who actually gets shit done. And that way you can't blame the other side as to why you couldn't get shit done. See, because I get tired of playing with people or having people play with me. But a lot of y'all aren't willing to, buckle down and grit and bear it, regardless of whatever side it is, to really see who's playing games. To really see who's playing games. It's like, who was it? Who was it? King Solomon or King David? Who was the one that did the whole cutting the baby in half, threatening to cut the baby in half? Like, nah. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Here, crash out. Yeah. Just cut the baby in half. Crash out. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, yeah. Chances are you the mother. Right? That's how you do the shit. I'm tired of playing games with people. I'm like, no. Go ahead and do it. You said you was gangster. You said you was the one. You said I'm him. Okay. It's like when I took this one dude to the gun range one time, man. He was talking all this street shit. Motherfucker, just all type of, I grew up in Brooklyn, nigga. Brooklyn. Took him to the range, man. That motherfucker freaking fired the shot, or excuse me, somebody else in the other lane fired the shot. And if you ever been in a gun range, you can feel the concussion of the rounds bouncing off the wall in your chest. You feel it literally in your chest. And if you ain't ready for a round to go off, it'll make you jump, depending on the caliber. You know what I mean? And not only did he jump damn near, I watched his soul leap out of his body. But then when he went to fire the gun, he fired the gun and literally, put it down immediately after firing one shot. And then the way he picked up the gun the second time when it was his turn to shoot the damn gun, he picked it up like it was a dirty diaper with 2 fingers, like he was scared of it. I'm like, nah, nigga, where all that gangster at? Where all that? I'm from the streets. Brooklyn. Zoo. Shame on you. The old dirty bastard. Right. All that shit. Where'd all that energy go? All of a sudden it disappeared. That's why all them New York niggas be up there with their trigger fingers and they never fired a gun. Meanwhile, you go down south, they up there making whole music videos, looking like they broke into an armory. Pull up with a stick, let it hit. Pull up with a stick, let it hit. Right? Totally different energy. Totally different. Guns are like toys to cats down there in the South. Up north, they be talking about gunplay this, gunplay that, and ain't really fired the shit, can't aim the shit, got the wrong caliber of bullets in the damn gun. Retardedness. But anyway, get off my gun tip. I'm just saying. I think that I'm like, no. Let me clear the table for you. Okay, let me give you full creative control. I'm gonna give you full creative control and really see what you're made of. Sometimes you just gotta do that. You just gotta do that. I'm tired of black people being unwilling to do that. Because see, then you really get to expose what, that political party that claims that they're gonna get shit done. You get to expose what the fuck they're on. They love to play good cop, bad cop. They love to play that game, and keep y'all keep letting them play that game. And I'm like, no, the American people. Okay, let me get multicultural with it. The American people need to, stop allowing these politicians. I don't care what your favorite color is. Need to stop letting these politicians play that type of game. So anyway, I'm done with this video. I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's just the way I feel about it. Anytime, after a while, people start talking shit, they start talking shit, and I'm going to give them the floor after a minute. When I get sick and tired of people, I just give them the floor. I'm like, nah, go ahead. Fuck it. Let's go with that. Let's run your shit all the way out. See how far you want to take it. And I'll get accused. I'll take it to all the way to the extreme. I'll be more extreme than they are in the direction that they wanted to go. And then you come to, they don't want to go that far. I'm like, so why were you talking all that shit just a minute ago? You know what I mean? I am the motherfucker that'll be in the car, motherfucker talking about he wants to go fast, and I will floor it and go 120 miles an hour down the highway until they get nervous in the seat, say, hey man, slow down, man. I'm like, nah, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. I'm like, all right, don't sit here and play like, you just gonna keep playing these games, talking all this craziness, like you really about that life and you ain't about that life. Nah, you take people to the edge. People don't like the edge. Yeah, take them to the edge and let them look over the edge of the building. They don't like that. They get real nervous. So when it comes to politicians and politics, I look at that shit the same way. And sometimes when it comes to other people, you got to show other people other people where a person claims that they're trying to take shit and they really not trying to take it there. They're really not trying to do what they say that they're going to do, and they need to be called out on that shit. And the only way that you can expose that is you got to give them the floor. But that's just me. That's how I view it. Other people are like, no, you have to stop them because there's a grave danger and there's all this. I don't know. Maybe I got too much crash out in me. But that's just how I feel about the situation. But anyway, that's all I got for you. That's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.